The pair have had 3 offspring during their time together, although their relationship hasn't always been harmonious. But they've grown closer again in recent years.
Since the kids moved out, Peanut and Ponyo have become a lot more calmer and gentler with each other. You see a lot more grooming sessions, and adding this nice natural enrichment might just help strengthen their bond even further. I mean, Peanut and Ponyo, they've got a pretty good appetite, so I think this will be a winner.
Female Peanut is let out first and immediately makes a beeline for the hanging feeder. She loves her food and wastes no time tucking into the fruit, hanging by one arm and using her other to feed. Gibbons are well adapted to feeding high up in the tree canopy. Their shoulders, hands and wrists enable them to hang effortlessly for long periods of time while they eat. Ponyo has selected an easier option below and is relishing the fruit. He's a vigilant male and keeps an eye on his surroundings to ensure there are no threats and everything is safe. The medlar fruits are full of seeds and are very fibrous. Those yet to ripen contain only low levels of sugar, meaning the primates can eat them in abundance. All the animals at the park have carefully controlled, balanced diets. Commercial shop-bought fruit is high in sugar content, so is a limited part of their diet. The pair have had their fill, but the medlar fruit will be left in situ for Peanut and Ponyo to come back and enjoy over the next few days. Breakfast over, the devoted pair reaffirm their bonds with a grooming session. Someone else having to get used to a new environment is female marmoset Kush. It's less than 48 hours since Alison collected her from Bristol. She was in need of a new home and, most importantly, companionship of her own kind. The last 2 days have been a very different experience for the new arrival, but she's coped well.
She's gone from what she knows as home into this huge space and environment. We've got 15 other individuals that she's got to get used to, making the loud bangs and contact calls. So yeah, she's settling down nicely. I think she's just still in the phase of just getting familiar with everything.
For a pet trade marmoset, Kush is reasonably healthy, and at 340 grams, quite a big girl. She's had a therapeutic dose of vitamin D3 and will continue to receive supplements to help strengthen her bones. Today is another big step in her new life. She's about to meet a possible forever companion.
So the next plans are going to be an intro with Machino, the male that's living next door, who's single and ready to mingle. Machino definitely knows she's there. He can smell her, he can see her, but he's playing it cool.
To gauge their reaction to each other, the team are beginning by giving the pair just mesh contact.
She looks sort of relaxed.
If that's positive, they'll progress to opening the bedrooms fully and letting the 2 marmosets meet face to face. Kush is first given access to the bedroom immediately next door to Mozzie, but she's in no rush to see her potential new partner.
She at least put her head through.
It takes several attempts for her to pluck up the courage.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe.
At last, she's in, but ignoring Mozzie. Instead, she checks out everything else.
Kush has come through. She seems really calm. She's scent marking, sniffing what's Mozzie's bed. Little bit concerned that Mozzie will get a little too wound up if she continues to sort of not blank him, but not interact with him a bit more. But she's looking at him and taking her time, so she definitely knows that he's there and vice versa.
Once Kush has had a feed, she finally approaches the mesh to take a closer look at Mozzie. All the signs are positive. So Alison and Elle decide it's time for the pair to meet face to face.
We've gone ahead and opened up. Neither of them seem to have really interacted with each other. So we just have to give it time and wait and see how it plays out. But I'd like to see them either groom or face-to-face, a little bit of interaction.
And Alison gets her wish as the pair become more confident and cosy up in a basket together for some mutual grooming. Always a good sign they're happy in each other's company.
Really good right now, and we just have to hope that it continues. But she's still intent on telling us that this is her man. They've been in bed together, grooming, and at the same time, little happy whistly chirps. So just have to hope it continues.
It's early days, but all the signs are favourable that this partnership could be a happy one. The pair love the outdoors, and as soon as the slide is opened, they head outside. The colourful fruits immediately attract their attention. Sam is first to inspect them. Realising straight away the rose hips are sweet and tasty, he starts to guzzle them up. Sasak soon follows his lead. The rose hips are a good food source, full of antioxidants such as vitamin C. In the wild, fruit and leaves make up a large part of a siameang's diet, although they also eat insects and flowers. Today's enrichment is a bit different, because the rose hips come with a prickly problem on the stems, and the siameang's hands are not best suited to help solve it.
So having the elongated fingers and a really short thumb puts their hands in that lovely hook-like position to move through the trees as quickly as they do, but of course they're not as dexterous in being able to manipulate food items and enrichment items and things like that. The rose hips was a really good idea because they are nice rounded shape, so they can sort of pick off the bits that they want and then hopefully avoid the thorns. This is quite a good lesson to learn for the gibbons of what not to touch and what to touch, because not everything is edible. And I'm sure Sasak found that out today.
The rose hips have proved popular, and the green beans make an excellent second course. The two siameangs have settled in their temporary home, and to remind everyone this is now their territory, they start singing. The song is the loudest of all gibbon species and can reach up to 90 decibels. Their large throat sacs inflate, amplifying the sound as they perform duets with complex vocal structures. The male and female have their own parts of the song to sing and form a perfect harmony, demonstrating their strong bonds and letting everyone know Sam and Sasak are in the house. Saki monkey Neva has just woken up in her new home. Alongside, in an adjacent bedroom, is her potential new mate, Desmond. Neva has moved to the park from a wildlife centre in Devon in the hope the two Sakis will pair up, following the loss of Chloe, Desmond's previous partner.
We're gearing up for her to meet Desmond. I think it's time now. They've kind of both they've spent the night sort of with mesh contact, and I think she needs contact with another monkey now.
So far, Desmond has been the perfect gentleman. He's put on a decent show without being intimidating.
He's been keen. I think he's kind of made the moves. He's puffed up. He's flexed his muscles. He's shown that he's a worthwhile companion, and she did seem quite impressed with that yesterday. So I think now we'll just see what happens. It's all gauges on when you open those slides, but he's a gentleman, and she seems like quite a sweet girl. So yeah, I'm sure they'll get along. There we go.
Sharon opens up the slide connecting the two bedrooms, and Desmond cautiously makes his way in. A little unsure, Neva tucks herself up in a corner, curious but wary. The primate care staff have put out breakfast to keep the pair occupied. And at first, Desmond's appetite takes priority over his love life.
What do you think, Des?
But after a quick snack, he makes his move, cautiously leaning across to greet Neva. It's looking positive.
He's trying. And she's tongue flicking him as well.
Saki monkeys are generally gentle animals, and Desmond's calm approach seems to appeal to Neva. They start flirting using their tongues.
I mean, tongue flicking, yeah, is basically a flirtatious behaviour. She's inviting him to come and mate her. They seem to be quite instinctive, and we saw this yesterday with them as well. They were both sort of tongue flicking through the mesh at each other. So, yeah, that's her just welcoming him towards her.
With things going well, Desmond decides it's time to take things to the next level.
Desmond is an experienced male. He has had offspring before in the past, so he should, in theory, know what he's doing. He is vasectomised, so we won't be having any babies here at the park. We've done that because all of the offspring that Desmond has fathered have had some health issues, so we want to make sure that he doesn't have any more offspring that have any health conditions. So we won't be having any babies, but obviously they'll still go through the courtship, the mating behaviours. At the minute, we think Desmond's kind of forgotten how to do all those things because he seems to be doing a little bit wrong. But again, they're just getting used to each other, doing some practicing, and hopefully they'll be very happy together.
This is all new to Neva, who's spent her entire life living with her parents and siblings. But if Desmond can get his act together, these two Sakis could be a perfect match. Sam and Sasak are both in the box, and the team makes sure it's safe and secure for the short journey back to their old home.
Yeah, Lee's check mark, locks on the top. Everything's fine, they're both in there.
Oh, that's the other thing, they're both in there.
Everyone got it?
Yeah.
Manoeuvring the heavy crate from the main Gibbon house isn't easy. It's normally used for transporting larger primates. The team do their best to make it as smooth as possible to limit the siameang's stress. It's a good result. It takes less than 20 minutes for the pair to be crated and returned to their home at the support building.
They came into the crate perfectly well. Now it's just lining the crate up with the slide, and hopefully they'll go straight in.
Before I open up, are we happy it's all secure inside?
Correct, they've only got access to the playroom at this point.
Everything's in place. Time to open up.
Oh no, that's good. Yeah, that can just come
I
out.
think they're very eager. 1, 2. Boom. Done.
It's been a textbook operation, and the siameangs are soon exploring their new playroom. And what a difference they've come home to. It's been totally revamped with the wooden poles replaced by natural trees and branching, giving the pair more options to move around. Golden-cheeked gibbons Peanut and Pung Yo, who live in the other side of the house, are close by to see their housemates return. Sarah is pleased with how well the move has gone.
They're doing really well, actually. The playroom's finished, the bedroom's finished, so they've got a nice new facility to come into. They've got time to get used to it because the enclosure's not quite finished yet. There's still a bit of maintenance work to be done there, so it's ideal time for them to get used to the new surroundings, and I'll keep coming to check on them periodically just to make sure that they are calm.
Hopefully, it won't be long before all the work is completed, and Sam and Sasak can also return to their wonderful outdoor forest enclosure and swing through the trees once more. It's an early start at Wingham Wildlife Park for Monkey World staff members Donna and Rachel. They're eager to see how female orangutan Awan has come through her first night in her new home.
What do you want? You want this? Yeah. Not so much? Okay.
Alan seems pretty good this morning. She's still really inquisitive with gin. I think reality is sort of set in for her a little bit now. Yesterday, she probably still had the drugs on board a little bit and she was, you know, very chilled out. Yeah, definitely this morning, she seems more alert and aware of what's going on. But having said that, she doesn't look particularly stressed. So yeah, fingers crossed they go together okay.
From experience, I'm going to suggest the greens are going to be left till last.
Awan spent the night in a bedroom next door to Jin, a familiar, unrelated male she spent the first few years of her life with, brought up as siblings at Monkey World. So far, the pair seem to have picked up where they left off, and now breakfast is over, everyone's in agreement, it's time to let them meet face to face.
Fingers crossed, especially after yesterday, and they seem to have been over overnight, they'll be good.
I am nervous, I am excited, I just really want it to go well.
The slide is opened and Jin wastes no time heading through to the bedroom where Awan is waiting.
Good girl. I know. It's quite big, isn't he?
Jin's eager to make contact, but Awan's playing a bit hard to get and gives Jin the runaround. Frustrated, he finds something else to occupy him.
Yeah, they seem to be doing all right so far. Jin's found Awan's leftover food, so that's been a nice distraction. Awan doesn't seem too stressed out. I think it's a good sign so far.
Awan is her mischievous self, cheekily pulling Jin's hair, leaving the young adult male unsure how to react.
To be honest, I thought Awan was going to be a lot more reserved, a lot more nervous. Although she is a very confident character, this is completely new for her, and a lot more than she's ever experienced before. So I'm so pleased that she seems really relaxed around Jin already.
With the orangutans calm in each other's company, the team decide to give them more space by letting the pair into the playroom.
We have a pair of Jeffroy's marmosets at the park called Fred and Freya. Unfortunately, we lost Fred very recently. He's been at the park for many years. He was a marmoset full of character. He was getting on quite a lot in years. And then unfortunately, he got a week where he just went downhill very, very quickly. And we ended up having to, unfortunately, put him to sleep. But the plus side of it is it did leave us with a female Jeffroy's marmoset in need of a partner. And having recently rescued Marcel, it meant that things kind of fell into place really well for Marcel, and he was able to be introduced to Freya.
Marcel arrived 3 months ago, and after being given a clean bill of health and a vasectomy, has been living on his own waiting for a suitable partner to become available. He loves the outdoors and has other marmosets nearby to interact with, but nothing beats company of your own kind.
So for marmosets, companionship is basically the most important thing. Along with the proper diet and the proper environment, if you don't have that social companionship, then that animal is just not living a good life. They live in these really, really strong pair bonds out in the wild. So you'll get a male and female, they'll pair up, usually for life. And then anything else outside of that is sort of threat to their territory, and they'll sort of team up together to chase off anything scary, work together. They have a really lovely cooperative breeding system in the wild where the whole family will help to rear the next generation. So if you take one away from all of that social companionship, you end up with a really emotionally and mentally damaged animal. They don't have any of the proper social interactions, they can't do any of their normal social behaviours. They end up very mixed up, very confused and very damaged.
Following Fred's loss, Freya was desperate for a companion. Although she's a lot older than Marcel, the pair struck up an instant bond. And the young male has been following his new partner around ever since. Freya has been teaching Marcel proper marmoset etiquette.
He's a younger boy, he doesn't always sort of appreciate that Freya's food is Freya's food and things like that. So he's had 1 or 2 mild tellings off just to put him in his place. But he's quickly learned that as long as she's boss, he's happy to live with her.